as much you want to crucify them, for me, I feel like mothers, they normally go through extreme tortures in their head concerning those birth control measures and everything to do with birth and like the entire anything concerning birth there. If you're a woman and you have ever given birth, you basically know that that's not something that you can just wake up each and every morning and just miss that. You know what? I just feel like I want to get another kid tomorrow. And like getting a kid, as much as you want babies, and giving birth is not like something that like you just miss. Hey, good people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time you're going to watch this video. As I'm doing this video, as usual, it's at night. I hope you're doing fine. My name is Joyce. For those of you who are new here, thank you for clicking on my YouTube channel. Thank you for deciding to watch this video. And guys, as I always say, I will never get tired of telling you thank you. Guys, I know it has been a minute since the last time I was here doing a video. And guys, I have missed you. Honestly, I have truly missed you. As I'm doing this today is on Saturday, date 10 of May 2025, and tomorrow will be date 11 on Sunday, and it will be Happy International Mother's Day. Oh my goodness, I can't be happy enough. It's yet another time that as mothers we get to be celebrated. Yeah, somebody a good friend of mine told me that it's kind of the international everything loves everything to do with women, because we have International Women's Day, we have International Mother's Day, and apparently men are just complaining that we have about 10 Happy International Women's Day in a year. But it's only one. Imagine, it's only one. Like men are just complaining for celebrating us only once as women in the entire year, and only once as a mother, like in the entire year. But apparently, as women, we just know ourselves. Like we just love to be celebrated each and every day. Like if it's happy Girlfriend's Day, we want to be celebrated. Valentine's Day, we want to be celebrated. Happy Mother's Day. Happy International Women's Day. Happy, what else? Like we just want to be celebrated each and every day. Even a World Condoms Day and World everything, we just want to be celebrated. Yeah. But that's how we are just women, and that's why the Bible said that we should be loved. And yeah, because the Bible clearly knew that as women we just deserve to be loved. Yeah, so that we can get even the energy of submitting. Unless you just first loved your wife, like, and she feel loved by you, submission cannot just come like automatically. Like submission is not something that you command, like, you know what, I am the man of the house and so you should just submit because I pay rent and you give birth, I make you pregnant. No. And that's why, like, women, we just have to be loved each and every day, each and every Mother's Day, each and every International Women's Day, each and every day. And when you just finish a whole week without telling us you love us, you just feel like you just have somebody else, not even one, like outside there, that you are telling them that you love them. It's just in our human nature, yeah. Guys, anyway, jokes aside, that's not the reason why I'm here. So guys, tomorrow we're going to have International Mother's Day. And I happen to land on this disturbing data that honestly I never knew. Like nowadays I'm just doing a lot of diggings for, I don't know. I think I should just go back to school, because it's kind of, I'm just doing a lot of not even research. I just happen to be doing my own shares, and then I just learned to this disturbing data. So guys, I just happened to learn in this disturbing data about abortion rate in Kenya. Tell me what I was doing when I found that, like, for me to even come across that data. Like, what was I, what was I searching? What was I searching? Guys, I was just doing my normal studies. Please don't get me wrong. I was just doing my normal whatever. It's raining. Guys, I don't know if you have just heard that. There is a lot of, I don't know if they're called lightning or they are called what? Those, like, I don't know what they're called. Like, okay, I know, but I don't remember right now. Guys, what was I saying? Yeah, as I was saying, I just happened to land on this disturbing data about abortion rates in Kenya. Forever and ever, as for me, I just thought like most of the abortions, they are just done by I don't know, like Gen Zs, like those young ladies, like between teenagers, between 18 there to around 23rd there. Like forever me have just been thinking that that is the highest, that is the age that we have like the highest number of abortion rates. And apparently that's not even the case. Apparently that's not the case. And it's, for me, to me it was just like, it came as a shock to me, because I was like, wait a minute, so you mean these small girls are not even the one who are doing abortions nowadays? Guys, can you guess who have the highest rate of abortions? Wow, it's so saddening. I just found out that majority of the, like, almost 80% of abortion rate that normally happen in Kenya. I was just analyzing data for 2023, and almost 80% of abortion rates that happen in the year 2023, according to the African, what is it called? African Population and Health Research Center. Have I just said that? Yes. It's uh, African Population and Health Research Center, yeah? According to their data and their report, they stated that almost 80% of women who had abortions in the year 2023, almost 80%, they were married women. Imagine, they were married women. Guys, me, I was just shocked. Let me just take my water. Honestly, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. That came as a shock to me, because I was like, where will they even like be the one who are like having abortions? Like, okay, they can be having abortions, but not like the induced one, like those miscarriages. Is miscarriage still an abortion? No. I'm categorically speaking about abortion, like that, the induced one, the one that the woman forces the kid out before the kid come into term, yeah. Apparently, majority, almost 80% of the abortions that are happening in Kenya, that happened in the year 2023, they came from married women. And according to that report, they stated some weird, crazy reasons as to why majority of women in that category uh, did the abortion. Like some of them they were just because of career, some of them because they wanted to separate the kid. Like, this is called separating, like to space the kid, like not to have kid like this year and then the next year, like to just have the spacing of the kids. And also to what else did they said? And some, they just did not want the kid because because of the economical reasons. Like, we all know that the economics are tough. But guys, tell me that this is not even shocking to you, because as for me, it was just so much shocking. It came as a shock to me, because almost 80% is just a very huge number. I mean, okay, I knew that there were such kind of cases that are happening in marriages, but I never knew that they were just like the majority of them who are doing that. Because, but come to think of it, for women, or rather for ladies between age of teenagers to before when they are married, as much as majority of them can say that they are careless, they don't get to have so much intercourse like the women who are just married there. Can we just get that in our skull first before we even start judging these women? And it happens that they just happen to have a lot of intercourse, yeah? Unlike those people who are not married. And so that definitely increases their chances of getting pregnant, yeah? Because they just have their husband or their wherever just around them each and every time. And so within a week or something, they can just have a lot of intercourse. Unlike for someone who are just single and they are not even married. So for them, before they do that, it can kind of take a long time. And because someone is not even married, I feel like they are kind of worried, and they are just take a lot of precautions to ensure that they don't get pregnant. But what happens to these married women? Some of them, they just trust their husband so much, and some of them, they're using some weird, crazy methods of preventing the pregnancies, like withdrawals. I don't know. For guys, maybe you can just comment in the comment section. Like, I don't know. I don't want to comment so much on that because I know my YouTube channel is normally watched by so many people. But I don't know. Like for me, I just feel like withdrawal is not something that as a woman you can just like 100% trust. Like you just say like, oh, all my I just trust my husband or my partner so much to an extent that he's the one who is going to determine if I'm going to get pregnant or not. Because like for women, you cannot tell when your partner is almost, I don't know, I don't want to talk about that. But I know some women are using that method as a way to prevent pregnancy, as a birth control measure. But I don't know. For me, I just feel like that's not for me. Like, that's not for me. And not only that, some women in marriages, they are not just even they're not even using any kind of birth control method because I don't know if it's expensive or maybe I don't know if some of them they don't know even if they exist. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know that. And I feel like majority of them they are kind of using some methods that they end up backfiring. I don't know what type of birth control methods has a high rate of backfiring. I don't know. And some of them, especially, by the guys, when I was lactating, like wakati nilikuwa nanyonyesha, I was told like that's kind of one form of birth control method. Like, I don't know if that is myth. Maybe you can just comment in the comment section. For those mother who are lactating, like wananyonyesha, is kunyonyesha a birth control method? I know I'm just sounding crazy, but I was just so green in the industry, and that's what I was told when I was just newly. Um, I gave birth. I was just, you know what? Like you cannot get pregnant right now because you are just so like unanyonyesha sana and your hormones, you whatever they are just low. But I don't know. For me, I'm just so afraid of even thinking of getting another kid. Yeah. So I just went immediately for a birth control measure, another strong one. But guys, I feel like as much as you want to crucify these women, like the married women, and you want to crucify them because they have the highest rate of women who are recording the abortions in Kenya, as much you want to crucify them, for me, I feel like mothers, they normally go through extreme tortures in their head concerning those birth control measures and everything to do with birth and like the entire anything concerning birth there. If you are a woman and you have ever given birth, you basically know that that's not something that you can just wake up each and every morning and just miss that. You know what? I just feel like I want to get another kid tomorrow. And like getting a kid, as much as you want babies, and giving birth is not like something that like you just miss. Like no one, like no let no even let no any woman tell you that she misses giving birth. Like no one, they just miss having a kid, but they don't miss like pregnancy thing and carrying the entire pregnancy and giving birth like nobody like no let no one ever lie to you like they miss getting pregnant and carrying the baby on the 9 months and giving birth like that's something that you cannot just miss. Like yeah, I miss having a child, but I just don't miss the entire process. Yeah. And that's what normally goes through the mind of those married women. Like, can't you think of it? If a woman is not having, like, they're not using any birth control measures, they have a high chance of getting pregnant. And that's what's happening to majority of women. Like, most of them, they just using some crazy method, as I have just told you, like the withdrawal method. And that's why they just end up getting pregnant. And, as for man, when you just say that you are pregnant, they would just tell you like maybe I don't know if they are normally who the one who advises you, but okay, I don't know that, but I'm just imagining like I have a 3 months-year-old child, baby infant, and I ended up like finding myself that I am pregnant. I don't know if my man like is human enough. I think he can just advise me to terminate the child, or maybe even me, my conscience. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that so much, but I think majority of women can just at that point they can just think of terminating. And I'm sorry to say that's what is happening to majority of women who are married, and that's why they just have a large number of abortions in Kenya. And another crazy thing, I just found out that the number of abortions, like they keep on increasing each and every year. Hey? People are murderers outside here. People are killing innocent children. I don't know if they are called children. Innocent fetus. But guys, the reason why I decided to do this video is because I just wanted us to have like a kind of a discussions and just to understand why we are having a large number of women who are married recording the highest rate of abortions, unlike what we would expect. Because for married women, we feel like maybe they are old enough to understand that, when I continue having unprotected sex and I don't have any birth control measures, then there is a high chance of me getting pregnant. Like they already know that. And why are they even going ahead of just continue to do the same thing? And when they get the baby, the pregnancy, they just terminate them. Guys, um I don't know how to say this. Like, I don't know, but I think I'm just going to say however I feel like I'm going to say. Long time ago, is it even long time ago? Sometime back, uh I went looking for birth control methods. Yeah, I remember I went to Maristop, and I don't know. I just advocate for Maristops because I don't know. They gave me good services. I don't know for you. Maybe I don't know who your story that you have, but as for me, Maristops, they were just the best for me during that time. I went there, and as for me, I had um because when I had my first child, like I was old enough. I conceived my child when I was 26 years, and so when I was giving birth, I was 27 years. So basically, I was just a grown up ass woman, yeah. And so I knew exactly what I wanted, and I knew exactly that I didn't want to get pregnant immediately after I just gave birth. And so immediately after giving birth, like after some few months, I just went to Maristops. And before I went, I did some few diggings here and there because I happened to have encountered so many women who have gone through, like they were on birth control measures, and some of them ended up backfiring, and some of them ended up like having so much side effects on them. Guys, do you know, like there are so many side effects too, especially for hormonal birth control measures. Like there are just a lot of side effects that many women, many doctors, they will not tell you, especially if you just go to public public hospitals. I'm not saying that I am not like dissing the public hospitals, but I feel like if you want a personalized, like if you just want an honest and I don't know, like a quality service, and you are looking for a birth control measures, I feel like it's better to just go to a private hospital. I don't know. Okay, I know, like, yeah, that's best, but it's not like I'm saying that public hospitals, like, they don't have qualified people. No, I'm not saying that. For me, I just feel like they're just so much overwhelmed to an extent that when you just go there, they will just ask you, "What do you want?" And then they will, "I want a depot," and then they just inject you. "What do you want?" "I want to do whatever they do. They normally put in the hands," and then they will just give you without giving you the side effects of each and everything. Without even trying to understand like your health, because um for each and every what is it called for each and every birth control measures, I feel like for me, a patient, are they even called a patient? Like, they are not sick. A woman, let me just call them women because they're not sick. Like, a doctor should sit that woman down and let her understand the side effects of everything that you're going to do, because there are just so many side effects. Like, name it, acne. There are just some hormonal whatever, they can just mess your skin. Weight gain, like there are just so many women who have lost their shapes because of just birth control measures, like just because they want to maintain having their husband and having a happy marriage. Acne, excessive weight, some of them lose weight so much, some of them they have headache, like constant headache, some of them they have cramping. Some of them, they increases the chances of getting cancer. Their main name is like cervical, breast cancer. Some of them, they also increases the chances of high blood pressures. Some of them, they also increases the chances of getting those weak bones, and increases the chances of getting, what is it called, osteoporosis. I don't know if I've just mentioned, I don't know if I've just pronounced it well. For medics, please forgive me. I'm just an auditor, yeah. I know nothing about medicine, yeah. Like, there's just so many risks, there's just so many side effects of those hormonal. I'm just talking about hormonal birth control measures that women are just taking. And I feel like, as much as majority of them, they're just using them, some of them, they just some of the married women, they reach a point whereby they just know, like, they just feel like this medicine, and it's called medicine, like, this method has a very high, like, has a lot of side effects on me, and then I would just, I think I would rather stay without having it, and maybe to just rely on the withdrawal method. And I feel like majority of women have reached to that point, and that's why they just ends up getting a lot of pregnancies and unwanted pregnancy, yet they are married, and yet they are just grown as women. And I also understand there is that chances of women, there is just that percentage of women who get pregnant because of backfired methods, pregnant control method, or rather birth control method. I understand that, but guys, let no one lie to you. That percentage of women who get pregnant when they're still using birth control measures is just a very small percentage. So let no woman tell you, like, I got I got my 3 pregnancies and I was using birth control measures. That's a lie. I don't know if it can happen that, like, to you, like, 3 times. I don't know, but that is just a very small percentage of women. But guys, I don't know if people normally come to just put themselves in the shoes of a woman who is experiencing all those side effects out of um, I am using a birth control measures. And so all of a sudden, I am not a sexy lady that I used to be. I just have those big meat around my stomach. I just have those big, like, I have a lot of acne on my skin. I have a lot of, and guys, another thing that I did not even say, how did I even forget this? Some of those hormonal birth control measures, they normally lower your libido, and not your husband's libido, yours, as a person who is using those hormonal birth control measures. And I was like, come on, guys, like, I'm just doing this because I want my husband to be comfortable doing everything with me. And all of a sudden now, I even don't want that husband around me because the measures I took is making me feel like I even don't want him. I know it's ironic, yeah. And what happens to that time when you are hormonal your hormonal birth control measure is making you too loyal. It's like it's lowering your libido. Definitely, your husband will feel like it's like you don't want him, and maybe he'll end up looking for whatever you're giving him elsewhere. Yeah? That's true. Let's just talk about this because it's happening. And also, guys, another thing. I was just talking about the hormonal, but we also have the non-hormonal birth control measures, and I'm going to be specific to those one that women normally do, not the men that they normally do. These are the use of condoms. No. I'm just concentrating on, like, on women. Okay, no, also women normally use condoms, but when was the last time did a woman, like, your woman, used condom? I've ever seen a woman condom, but I don't know. I don't know even how it's used, honestly. Guys, apart from the hormonal birth control measures, there are also those non-hormonal. Majority of them, they just call them coils. Yeah. And for coils, there is that hormonal coil and there is that non-hormonal coil. Yeah? That thing that's a T-shaped. Yeah. And guys, if you want to have those copper coil as a birth control measures that you want to use, I will just advise you to just go in the hospital with your husband, your partner, or your whatever, your boyfriend, or maybe your upcoming boyfriend, I would just advise you to go with them and ask all the questions that you can want to ask from your medics, because apparently when you're using those coils and maybe you happen to have this unfaithful partner, like imagine you will forever be having the UTIs, like you will forever, like the UTI haitawahi kosa kwako, each and every, like ukimaliza kupona UTI hivi ingine inakuja, like UTI after UTI after UTI. And I feel that's most of the things that maybe public hospital they don't tell you. And not only that, even private hospital, they don't normally tell you. They will just go, like in the first time you're going there in the marriage stops, and then you have UTI, and then they just treat you. The next time they treat you, and then whatever they just tell you is that you know what, if you're continuing to have this UTI, I think you should just remove your coil. And they will not tell you that can you kindly tell your husband to just be faithful to you, because like you will forever be on this medicine of the UTIs, yeah. Guys, uh, as much as you want to crucify women because they are having a lot of abortions in those marriages, I also feel like we just put a lot our mothers to a lot of pressure. Like mothers, they just have a lot of pressures because as like there is no any birth control measure that does not have side effects. Majority of people normally say that the copper, like the non-hormonal copper, does not have side effect. And maybe that's true to some of them, but that thing normally have cramping. What else? Cramping is also lead to abnormal menses, and above it all, it can lead to a lot of like repeated what is it called, STIs, as I was telling you guys. So guys, as long as you are a mother, I just feel like they just go through a lot of pressure. So if they decide to not use anything so that they can remain healthy, they just end up conceiving. And if they just decide to use, let me, okay, I don't want a kid, I don't want to have abortions, so let me just use a birth control measures. When they just use a birth control measure, then it has a side effect on them. Like, I don't know what the women are going to do. And I don't know. As for me, I just feel like as much as I didn't expect that married women are the one who are recording the highest number of abortions, I just feel like, yeah, they should be the one who are recording the highest number of abortions, because apparently they are at very high risk of conceiving. Yeah, they're at high risk of conceiving. And not only that, like they just have a lot of stresses with those birth control measures they're using. And majority of them, they are just fed up with them, and they just rely so much on their husbands to determine if they're going to have kids and whatever. And come on, I also want to understand this. You know, as for me, I thought like an abortion is something that women do just, I don't know. How did the African Population and Health Research Center came to know of that data? Because do women normally go to hospital to get abortions? I don't know. Do they normally go to hospital, or do they normally like go to buy over the counter medicine and then just abort? How did that organization came to learn about that data? Because I'm assuming if it had that data, then that is not even the complete data, because there are just a lot of majority of women who even just do an abortion without even informing their husbands. There's a lot of women who normally find out like, yeah, you know, I'm pregnant. They just abort it without even telling their husbands. And some of them, they just get even pregnant for other husbands. And so they just abort it without telling any of them. I don't know. I just feel like if the African Population and Health Research Center said that almost 80% of women who are almost 80% of abortions that happened in 2023 were from married women. If they they had that data, like that is the data they collected. I honestly feel like that even was not even the complete data, because there are just so many women who don't normally go to hospitals to get such services. They just go over the counter and they just do. I don't know if those medicines are normally sold over the counter. I don't know. But I just feel like that's not even a complete data. I just feel like they're just majority of them outside here who they don't, the data didn't even capture. And guys, I don't know what should be done, and I don't know if in future like the rate is going to be down. If only our men can just accept to be using other control measures, such as like let them use the control measures, like let them take the hormonal thing, let them use the whatever. I don't know. I know you guys who are watching this video are going to condemn me with a lot of capital letters. And so guys, I think I'm just going to end this video here, because as usual, I had just had a motioned thing to just tell you that apparently majority of abortions that are happening in Kenya, they are from married women. And apparently that's true from my thinking, because those women have the highest chances of getting pregnancy. And also the birth control measures that majority of women are using, they just have so many side effects, to an extent that some of women just feel like for them to be healthy, they would rather not use them. And whenever they do that, they just end up conceiving, and so they end up like aborting, and so the cycle just keep on repeating itself. And so I don't know if there is something that will never change, because apparently all birth control measures, they just have a side effects, and there is nothing we can do about that. Guys, let me just find this video here, because I have something that is cooking on the pot and I'm here doing video. And yeah, I am still a mother. It's called multitasking, and that's what we do as mothers. So guys, thank you for watching until the end. Please continue subscribing, continue liking, continue commenting, and until next time guys, bye bye. And as usual, I love you.